Hello Steelers, and welcome to this short-ish, I suppose, review of the latest publication for O Group, which is this 1944 Battle for Normandy by Dave Brown. This is available over on the Two Fat Lardies website through their sister publishing house, which is Reisswitz Press, which is what O Group is also published through. It is only available in PDF at the moment. But I've got this printed out. I got this printed at Docs Direct. It cost me about £10. You could probably bring that price down if you were to use, different colours or less colours or no covers and things like that. But I got it printed and bound because I find reading PDFs difficult. It is, yeah, as I say, only available in PDF, but it is only for the princely sum of £9 English pounds. So it is very, very cheap. And it's absolutely packed with stuff as well. There's about, I think, about 53 pages in total of information here. Yeah, 53 pages. And obviously, as the title suggests, it covers the fighting in Normandy, 1944. So it covers the main forces there, the Germans, the British, the US, the Canadians, the Free French and a couple of others. What I'll do is I'll take you through the book or the booklet here, and I'll show you exactly what's in here, and you can decide then if you're interested in buying a copy yourself. I would thoroughly recommend it. There is also another supplement for O Group available, and that's the Fall of France 1940, but for my particular interest the Normandy one is the one that piqued my interest more so than the 1940 stuff. Also, just to say as well, I think I'm fairly certain there are more supplements on the way, Eastern Front, etc. So keep an eye out for those as well. But for now, let's just have a look at this one in a little bit more depth. So this was only released a week or so ago when I'm recording this, but as I say, I bought it pretty quick, and I got it pretty quickly printed from Docs Direct, and they took a couple of days to get this sent through. Obviously, just use it on PDF if that's what you're interested in. And as it says, it's a selection of scenarios and army lists for the 1944 campaign in Normandy, designed for use with O Group. So, first up, we've got the contents, and as I say, it's 53 pages of material in here. You've got your introduction, you've got your additional rules as well for Normandy, which is quite interesting, just because obviously it's theatre specific handbook. Then we also have organisations for battalions, so there's 6 of these. We've got the British, the Canadians, Germans, the Oster Fortress Battalion, US battalions and the Free French Battalion. And then on top of this we also have a small campaign, or at least campaign rules, and then 6 scenarios for that campaign. I'll talk about that in a second. And then finally, at the very end, we have a little bit of a frequently asked questions as well about the actual original O Group rules. So, introduction. Give some brief background history to the D-Day fighting and the invasion. Obviously, 2 pages. It's not particularly in depth, but it's enough to get you going and to to make you look for more stuff as well. And then we've also got these additional rules as well, specifically for Normandy, because obviously various theatres, various things happen. So here we've got the German 120mm mortars, for example. Also we've got quite a lot of bocage rules, quite a lot of those, so that's quite interesting to use and to add to the table, just to make it a bit more different. Then a little bit more as well about just a couple of extra rules in here as well that you can use if you want to for O Group in general. So it's worthwhile just getting those extra rules in as well, even if it's not theatre specific. But then the other thing here that you're probably looking for is the actual battalion organisations. In the original O Group, there are only 4 battalion organisations. That's the British, the Germans, the US and the Soviets. So this has actually almost doubled over doubled the amount of battalions that you can use here. Again, specific to Normandy, but a lot of people do play Normandy games. So we've got the British ones, then they have their support lists. These are just the basic ones. The Canadian battalion, again with their support lists and any extra rules and things they have. Your typical German battalion, with their support list, always big because they have lots of armour and various bits and pieces. And then we also have the German Ost battalions as well. So these are, you know, the ones that are defending some of the fortresses and things. So that'd be just an interesting, different German battalion, basically. Then we also have US as well here, and then finally the Free French. So you've got quite a lot of choice, really, if you want to field any of these, and they're just the basic battalions, so you can set those up quite easily, just using the normal way of playing O group, which is you choose your battalion, then you choose your assets and things as well. And then on top of this, section 4, we have the scenarios over here, and these campaign rules as well, which relatively basic, but you get points for every game that you win in the campaign. And whoever gets the most points at the end of the campaign wins the campaign, pretty much. But it's nice just to be able to fight the games as a linked campaign rather than just a one-off. But you can play them as one-off scenarios, and there's 6 here. So we'll look at this scenario 1 in a bit more detail. Then we can talk about the others. So each one of them has a background to the actual historical fight itself. Then you've got the mission parameters and also your deployments and things on the table. Then we have the orders of battle. Now these ones are fixed because these are scenario specific. So again, you've got your basic battalion structures that you can use, or your general ones, and then you've also got these ones specific. So these are specific to the games. Of course, you don't need to use these in these particular scenarios, but they are historically linked to the scenarios. So you've got here the British and the German. Then we have any special rules that are tied into this particular scenario, anything else, how many artillery missions they have, and also descriptions of the terrain as well. And then also a slight bonus is these full colour beautiful maps produced by Joe Bilton, who are one half of the Heroics map team. So check them out, they're one of my Patreons. Thank you very much, Joe. And these are lovely maps. These have started to appear in all the O group supplements, and long may they do so. So again, really nice, just way to set up your table there with all the details and things on that you need for the actual game. And as I say, there's 6 of these scenarios in total, all laid out in a similar fashion. You can work your way through them as a campaign. Also, not all of them are not all British and US attacks. Some of these are German counter-attacks. For example, this one is here. I think there's a couple of German counter-attacks and 4 US or British attacks. So again, it mixes it up. It's not just the Germans on the back foot all the time, so you can play either way you like. So as I say, quite a lot of information on these ones, loads of stuff in there. And again, you don't have to use these scenarios, but you can just take out some of the rules that you want out of these ones, add bits and pieces in as you want here and there. And then finally, last page, we just have frequently asked questions. So this is just anything that's really come up probably over the last year or so of people playing O group, just things that aren't particularly clear in the rules, or people are just making mistakes about that kind of thing. So there's just a few of those just to add a little bit more to your experience. So that's it. As I say, 53 pages in full colour PDF. You can get it printed. I got it printed for pennies really, and you don't need to just have the PDF, or you can just have the PDF either way. Great price, I think, for £9 as the just to buy it, and I think it's well worth your investment, because there's quite a lot of information in there just to add to your enjoyment of playing O group, which in itself is a great game anyway. So check it out. Go and have a look at the Two Fat Lardies website. I'll put a link in the description down below, and buy it before it's sold out. Not that it'll ever sell out, because it's a PDF. Anyway, if you've enjoyed this video, this quick review, do let me know in the comments. Let me know what you think of the actual book itself anyway, and on any of the rules and things. So tell me if you've tried any of these scenarios out yet. I know it's still early, but somebody might have jumped onto them. I'm certainly going to try some of them out at some point, so look out for that. So some battle reports at some point in the future, I'm hoping. And If you're not subscribed, please do subscribe, hit that like button and leave me a comment, and I shall see you in the next Storm of Steel video.